If you click on this video, I think you have noticed the same pattern as me. Pedro Pascal is everywhere. Why? Let's talk about it.
You can keep your own office going, but you're gonna run mine.
Can we shut this bitch up?
We will protect you.
So just alone in 2025, we have seen Pedro Pascal in about, 4 projects, I think. We have The Fantastic Four, we have Materialists, we have Eddington, and we have The Last of Us. And that does not include that late 2024 we had Gladiator 2. And that also does not include The Mandalorian, and coming up Mandalorian and Rogue. That does not include Wonder Woman 1984, but that also a little bit more on the past. The point is that right now in 2025, Pedro Pascal is everywhere. And yes, you walk into the movie theaters, look around, boom, poster for a movie, Pedro Pascal is there. Poster for another movie, Pedro Pascal is there. It also happens where you're ready to watch the movie, you sit well with the popcorn there, and a trailer starts playing, boom, Pedro Pascal on the big screen. And yeah, that's it. That's the experience right now of going to the movies. You see Pedro Pascal in all of the movies that you go to see, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's where a movie star is. But I don't know, it has become a very recurring theme, a very recurring topic in social media right now. And you know why I thought about making this video is that I went to watch Materialists, right? Just a couple of days ago alongside my parents, and my mom was like, oh my god, Pedro Pascal is everywhere, another movie with him. And my dad was like, again, it's the same guy from the Fantastic Four. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad thing, but it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing that she has so many movies, like she's manager. It's awesome. But the $1,000,000 question is, why does this happen? So before I tell you why I think this happens, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. I try to make weekly movie content, I love movies. If you love movies, you're invited to come into this channel and just, watch my videos. And yeah, I don't know. I also try to release short films. I am a film student, so over time I probably will talk about my experiences in the movies as movie student, as a film student. But right now I'm on vacation, so I'm just talking about movies, and that's it. Talking about why Pedro Pascal is everywhere. I think it's because he's a trending actor. That's the big reason, honestly. He right now is a celebrity crush for a lot of women and men. I'm not a big fan of celebrity crushes, but I understand that people have them. And well, Pedro Pascal is one of them, and people are in love with him, basically. He gets a lot of very awkward interviews. And he's a trending actor, just like Timothée Chalamet was a couple of years ago, and well, still is. He appears in a lot of movies, Wonka, A Complete Unknown. You have him on Dune, you have him on March Supreme, you have him everywhere too. And as well as Zendaya, she appears on Dune, Challengers, Spider-Man, and a lot of franchises. And it happens too with Tom Holland. What happened with Tom Holland at point? He was Chaos Walking, Uncharted, Spider-Man, the Crowded Room, I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what a movie star is. It happened back in basically the golden age, the 80s, 90s, the 2000s. Happened with a lot of actors. I don't have a lot of examples, but have you seen the filmography of Tom Cruise? Honestly, have you seen that? It's big as hell, And that happens with a lot of fucking movie stars, Happens with Marlon Brando. I don't know if it happens with him. Well, have you seen the amount of movies that they have? And even back right now, it's actually even less common. I think that back in the day, like in the golden age, silver age, all that point of Hollywood, there were even more appearances of Hollywood stars because movies had bigger output. You should see the filmography of a lot of directors from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, even less compared to now. Like Pedro Pascal starring in 4 movies, 5 movies a year. So I think it's normal in a context of movie. I think it's normal, Right now, I think, of course, it's not as normal. But I don't know, Nicholas Hoult alone was in 3 movies last year, And it happens with a lot of factors. And why is it happening with Pedro Pascal? Maybe it's because he's in more blockbusters lately. but I don't see the problem. I think he's just a training actor. Studios know that he might be an attractive figure for both genders and for casual audiences, and even though he's not yet a movie star at the level of other movie stars, I think that's the reason, and he is actually a good actor too. Like, it's not like he just gets casted just to be Pedro Pascal, He actually has some interesting roles. I have not seen The Last of Us, I have not seen Eddington, I have not seen Gladiator 2. I'm sorry, I'm seeing Gladiator 2 probably soon because it's on Netflix now. I'm going to watch Eddington whenever it's out on Spain. And Last of Us, I don't know when I will watch it. Maybe I will soon because it's an Emmy nominee. But the interesting thing is that I think that he has had some interesting roles. I think he did a good job as Reed Richards in Fantastic Four. I could believe that he was Reed Richards. That's my opinion. Interesting. That's a good performance. And the most important thing is that you believe what you're seeing, and he basically always does that. Materialist, then. I saw it recently, and it's one of my favorite movies of the year. It may be controversial because the critic is destroying it. I give it 5 stars on the Letterboxd. I loved it. I loved the message and all that, and I think he did a good job too. I did see Pedro Pascal in the role, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. At the end of the day, he does have some emotional acting moments. He does a good job. He does some good line delivery, and yeah, I think it's a great rom-com role. And then I think that he will probably do very good on Eddington. Like, for the trailers that I've seen, I think that he will do well. And I think that the hate for this man's success is exactly that, that people are not necessarily envious, but, just don't like seeing someone have that much success. And here is what I think might be one of the biggest reasons why there's a little bit of hate, and also a lot of, basically the reason why he is in a lot of movies. And I think that our society is slowly creating a new figure of masculinity in the movies, and TV shows and movies. Why? Because slowly we're migrating away from this sexualized male gaze looks of men and of women too. You see superhero movies. We're no longer seeing this chiseled physiques and this shots of slowly revealing women in a very sexy way. As we're moving away from the male gaze and maybe just assembling a new way of seeing movies, of portraying certain characters, we are building a new figure from masculinity, which is no longer this strong man. It's no longer this man that is without emotion, an emotionless man. It instead is someone that is a just, normal man, a normal man. A man that has feelings, a man that feels, a man that feels love, that just gives away what he understands, a man that shares what he thinks, a man that is lovely, a man that might be anxious. And that's what Hollywood maybe is heading towards. Our society might be moving away from this conservative idea of what a man should be, and it's embracing what we as humans should be, someone that actually feels, that conveys, and it is not a superpowered person, Of course, it's someone that is strong in a way that is not only physical, but also strong interiorly and is able to express what he feels. And I think that's what happens in all of his roles, It's not a figure of dominance, but rather a figure of, like, dominance in a sense of a masculine dominance. That's what I'm trying to say. He's more of a figure of just new masculinity. That's what I would say. And just with materialists and Fantastic Four, I think I see that, because you see healthy relationships, you see healthy female and male relationships being portrayed, but you also see a character that is lovely, a character that is not afraid to say what he feels, and that reveals his trauma, has trauma like whole man, and it's not perfect. So I think that's why also our society is accepting him a lot, especially women and a lot of men. That's why I think he became a trending actor alongside his talent and his appearances on many other shows. And I think that's why he is a very important figure right now in our society, and I think he will continue to be until he becomes a big movie star. And that's it, honestly. I don't know what else to say? I think he's everywhere because he's a new prototype of what the movie star, the male movie star, will look like. It's not going to be a Tom Cruise anymore. It's not going to be a Chris Hemsworth anymore. It's going to be someone like Pedro Pascal, someone like Timothée Chalamet. You understand? A new way of seeing men, a new way of seeing the way male roles are going to work, and basically a way of adapting to an ever-changing society. That's what I believe as to why Pedro Pascal is everywhere and he will continue to have a lot of roles. You know, it's not only that he has a great manager, as I said, but you know, he's just a figure of what society is looking now in movies and movie stars, maybe. Thanks for watching this video. I invite you once again to leave a like, comment what you think about this. If you actually like Pedro Pascal or you think he's an actor that doesn't deserve his spot, share it on the comments below. Subscribe. I have some interesting videos that you might watch, that you might like to watch. So check out the channel. I try to upload every week movie content, so if you like movies, as I said, feel free to join in this aspiring filmmaking family that it's basically very, very small, but hopefully will grow in the future. I don't have nothing else to say, so yeah, I am an aspiring filmmaker, and I guess I will see you in the movies.